Your warehouse space isn't full, it's just poorly stacked. The right racking system can double capacity without adding a single square foot. Today, we break down the major types of warehouse racking, how they work, where to use them, and how to pick the right one. Let's start. Major types of warehouse racking system. Selective pallet racking. Definition: selective racking is the most common rack type, offering direct access to every pallet without obstruction. Characteristics: single or double deep configuration. Uses: standard forklifts. Supports high SKU variety. Advantages: high selectivity. Low investment cost. Simple installation. Constraints: low storage density compared to deep lane systems. Best suited for fast-moving SKUs. Distribution centers with variable demand. Double deep racking. Definition: a modified selective rack allowing pallets too deep, reducing aisle space and increasing density. Inventory rotation. LIFO and less reverse picking lanes introduced. Advantages: higher density than selective racks. Lower space cost per pallet. Constraints: requires specialized deep reach forklifts. Limited selectivity. Drive-in racking. Definition: a high-density storage system where forklifts enter the rack structure to place pallets. Inventory rotation. LIFO. Advantages: maximizes cube utilization. Suitable for large batches with low SKU counts. Constraints: collision risk due to forklift entry. Limited pallet accessibility. Used in cold storage and slow-moving bulk goods industries. Drive-through racking. Definition: similar to drive-in, but allows entry and exit from both ends, enabling FIFO. Advantages: FIFO compliance. High-density storage. Constraints: requires structural reinforcement. Higher maintenance expense. Pushback racking. Definition: dynamic, LIFO storage using rolling carts/trolleys that push back when new pallets are loaded. Operation: pallets stored 2 to 6 deep. Gravity or mechanical rollers support lane movement. Advantages: high density plus moderate selectivity. No forklift entry inside racks. Constraints: LIFO limits for perishable items. Higher capital cost. Pallet flow racking, FIFO. Definition: uses gravity roller lanes allowing pallets to flow from load side to pick side. Inventory rotation. FIFO. Advantages: highly efficient replenishment/picking separation. Suitable for high throughput operations. Constraints: high upfront cost. Requires uniform pallet conditions. Carton flow racking. Definition: similar to pallet flow, but designed for cartons, totes, or split case picking. Advantages: supports high volume order picking. FIFO and continuous replenishment. Used in e-commerce, retail, spare parts distribution. Mobile racking systems. Definition: racks are mounted on powered mobile carriages, eliminating fixed aisles and opening aisles on demand. Advantages: very high storage density. Maximum cubic utilization. Constraints: higher capital cost. Throughput limitations due to aisle movement time. Typical application: cold storage facilities. Archival inventory. Cantilever racking. Definition: racks with horizontal arms that extend from vertical columns, designed for long or irregular loads. Examples of stored items: lumber, pipes, steel bars. Advantages: flexible load handling. Easy loading/unloading. Mezzanine racking systems. Definition: multi-level rack-supported structures that create additional floor space vertically. Advantages: multiplies usable warehouse area without relocation. Can integrate conveyor and automation systems. Constraints: requires building code compliance. Increased operational safety considerations. Factors affecting racking selection. Selecting the appropriate racking requires matching rack capabilities with operational needs. Key decision variables include SKU velocity/turnover rate, SKU variety, pallet dimensions and weight, inventory rotation requirements, FIFO/LIFO, throughput volume, available floor and vertical space, forklift type and aisle width, budget constraints, automation readiness, safety regulations and seismic load considerations, economic and operational implications, racking configuration influences, inventory carrying cost, space cost per pallet stored, order picking productivity, material handling labor cost, damage rate and safety risk. The calculus often involves balancing selectivity versus storage density. High-density systems reduce space cost per pallet, but typically reduce accessibility and require higher system investment. Integration with automation. Modern warehouses increasingly integrate racks with automated systems including AS/RS, automated storage and retrieval systems, shuttle systems, robotics for picking, WMS/WCS for intelligent slotting. Racking choices therefore must account for compatibility with future automation upgrades. Example: Pallet Flow, and shuttle racking provide natural interfaces for automated handling, whereas drive-in racks limit robotic integration. Conclusion: warehouse racking is not merely a physical structure, but a strategic enabler of operational performance, safety, and cost efficiency. Selecting the appropriate racking system requires understanding SKU characteristics, demand patterns, load handling processes, and future expansion plans. A well-designed racking system optimizes cubic space utilization, accessibility, and pick efficiency, storage density, throughput capability, safety and compliance standards. As distribution models shift toward faster fulfillment cycles and SKU proliferation increases, warehouse managers must carefully evaluate racking choices within broader supply chain and automation strategy frameworks. If you found this useful, subscribe for deep dives into warehouse design, material handling, and supply chain optimization topics. Join our membership to get various perks. Thanks for watching.